Los Angeles Angels third baseman Anthony Rendon has just 6 hits in his first 44 plate appearances in the 2024 MLB season. He has played just 148 games in the last 3 seasons due to a ton of injuries, both large and small. He's dealt with groin, wrist, hip, triceps problems, and many more injuries, more than you can even count on your fingers. He's been one of the least durable players in baseball since 2021, but before that season, when he was able to stay healthy for a large portion of the season, he was an amazing player and one of the key figures in the Washington Nationals 2019 World Series championship run. So what happened? I'll start with his peak. From 2017 to 2019 with the Nationals, Rendon was one of the best and most underrated players in baseball. For 3 straight seasons, he put up all-star numbers, although he was only an all-star in 2019, despite receiving MVP votes in the previous 2 years. He was an extremely well-rounded hitter in all areas, as he hit for power, he walked, and had very good contact numbers as well. But his best attribute was definitely his eye at the plate, meaning both his ability to walk and only swing at pitches he thought he could do damage on. If it was a pitch in the zone, Rendon was very likely to not only swing, but really drive the ball. He slugged well over 500 in 2017 and 2018, and was very close to eclipsing 600 in 2019. For perspective, the MLB average is about 400 to 420 every year. So after that 3 season stretch and an incredible postseason in 2019, Rendon chose to test the free agent market. And where else did he land but the Los Angeles Angels, an organization infamous for missing on big free agent signing after big free agent signing, like with Albert Pujols and Josh Hamilton. In the pandemic-shortened 2020 season, Rendon was actually unbelievable at the plate, walking 16.4% of the time while just striking out 13.4% of the time, which is ridiculous for Major League Baseball standards. But 2021 is really where it all started to fall apart. Through the first 8 games of the season, Rendon was playing well, as he'd hit safely in every single game and had a WRC plus of 113, which is pretty good. But after a game on April 10th, Rendon went on the IL with groin problems. He came back quickly after on the 26th and tore it up for the week after, posting 4 extra base hits in 29 plate appearances. But as quick as he came back from that injury, he was done again, this time with knee issues. He came back again pretty quickly after, and instead of tearing it up this time, he was absolutely awful. He was whiffing a lot more, wasn't walking, and most importantly, just wasn't hitting the ball hard enough, which combined with a high launch angle of 23 led to a lot of lazy fly balls into the outfield, which have little chance of becoming anything but outs. On June 14th, he had yet another injury, this time to his triceps. On July 4th, he again went down with a season-ending hip injury. His numbers for the season were pretty mediocre, and he only played in 58 games. If you think that's a low number, that's actually the most games he's played in a given season for his entire Angels tenure up to this point, through 4 seasons. Heading into next year in 2022, Rendon looked to stay healthy this time around and complement Ohtani and Trout well in what should have been a stacked Angels lineup. And Rendon was staying healthy for a couple months. Before a wrist injury on May 28th, he was playing pretty well, but not nearly as well as with the Nationals or his 2020 season in LA. Like with 2021 struggles, Rendon's ability to hit the ball hard and at an ideal launch angle had gone way down, leading to more fly ball outs and less home runs, which perfectly explains why his slugging percentage was way down from the heights it got to with the Nationals. So how bad was that wrist issue? It was bad enough to keep him sidelined for essentially the entire season. He played a few games in June and the beginning of October, but that was it. Needless to say, he was bad in those brief outings. So now it was 2 lost seasons for Rendon. What did 2023 have to offer? It turns out that it was unfortunately much of the same in both performance and injury problems. Like with the previous 2 seasons, he started the season healthy and on the field. And for the 130 plate appearances that he had before he got hurt, he was raking. He was finally hitting the ball hard, like he was with the Nationals. It was finding grass in the outfield. He was walking too, showing some good plate discipline he hadn't really shown off too much in the last couple seasons. The pattern continues here as Rendon got hurt again in May, this time with a groin injury. And like that pattern, he came back and was terrible before another wrist injury put him on the IL once again. Rendon came back late in June, only to play 5 mid-games before being out for the season due to a quote-unquote bruised shin. This time, he only got in 43 games, barely 1/4 of the season. From 2021 to 2023, Rendon has put up pretty similar stats while he's been healthy, And while he hasn't been terrible, they're still really bad stats compared to his peak years with the Nationals. So now it's 2024. In spring training, Rendon basically said that baseball, which is his job, wasn't a big priority in his life. After a great career with the Nationals and a great first year with the Angels, Rendon has all but disappeared from the sport of baseball entirely. He doesn't care about baseball and gets hurt all the time, which is definitely why he hasn't been great in an Angels uniform so far. Halfway into this Angels contract, he's done next to nothing, and it's looking less and less likely that he'll ever live up to the hype that he got with that contract in 2020. That's it, and thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Thank you.